Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. If you see this dilapidated house here, it was really interesting to see that it's almost caved in, and I think nobody lives there. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share Matthew 24 verses 13 to 14. It says, "But the one who endures to the end will be saved, and the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come." Here's my poem. Endurance leads to salvation. When you encounter much trouble and suffering, be thankful, your faith will surely be growing. The one who endures to the end will be protected. Those who easily give up will not be included. Endurance is a manifestation of being faithful. It also shows that you are diligent and hopeful. Jesus endured all kinds of violence and cruelty. He wants us to embrace challenges courageously. Here's my essay. Endurance as a noun is defined as the fact or power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. As an adjective, it is denoting or relating to a race or other sporting event that takes place over a long distance or otherwise demands great physical stamina. Endurance is an important ingredient in overcoming obstacles or winning a competition. James 1 verses 2 to 3 tells us that the testing of our faith produces endurance. In other words, if we easily give up at the first trial or testing, we won't finish the race to God's kingdom. It is also a prerequisite in order for us to be saved. When we endure and persevere, we show strength in our character. Prayer. Lord, help me to focus on you instead of the circumstance when my faith is being tested. Reflection. How can we develop endurance in our character? I think endurance is a gift that God gives us when we go through difficult situations. And just a physical picture of endurance we see. Like I used to be a member of a cycling club, and where I usually bicycle, and I'm the only woman in that cycling club. We usually bicycle, probably me and 50 other men from different age range, maybe from 16 years old to 85 years old, and I'm the only woman. So it's like sometimes when we go through bike rides, so we bike every day, like 30 kilometers every day, and then on the weekend I go with them for about 100 kilometers in a span of an hour. Not even an hour. It has to be within an hour or an hour and a half. So a total of 100 kilometers. So it's non-stop, and so you have to, when we go to a climb that is really hard for me to do, and mind you, I didn't know how to do gears before, so I only bike in one gear. And for those who are cycling, they understand what that means. And so it's really hard, and I'm using, at first I'm using a mountain bike, and later on I learned I had a custom made racer bike that was done to me, which did a lot of help because I was able to endure more because of the help of the clits of the shoes that I'm wearing with a pedal. So when you learn, at first it was really hard for me to endure it, but later on when my bike was lighter and I learned how to gear, and I learned how to use the cadence and the pedaling really well, then I was able to do it. So in life, it's almost the same. If we, it's a trial and error, right? When something's happened to us and we try our best to make it work, and then we ask the Lord to help us to make it work, and it still doesn't work. It doesn't mean that we have to give up, because sometimes maybe God is testing us and making us learn something that could be a breakthrough. And so if we give up, then we will never be able to get through that breakthrough. Now, in this verse, it says that endurance leads to salvation. So in other words, those who give up, there's if you want to be victorious in life, and if you want to see God, you have to push through or press on, as the Bible says. Press on, and don't look back. Just press on. Like even when I'm cycling, the more you look back, the more you see how you're doing, the more you see that you're the last, the more you will not be able to move ahead. So those are some ways that you can develop endurance. Is another way to develop endurance is to have a positive attitude, to put your mind in captivity to the Lord, because when you have a mind that is of Christ, then you don't easily give up. You don't look at the negative. You don't dwell on the negative, but you try to even look at the positive in the most negative situations. So that helps you to endure more, because when you know that, then you can be more hopeful, and you can look forward and press on and keep your focus on the forward and the goal or the prize that you're going to get or achieve. So the prize in enduring is the salvation. If we don't endure, we won't be saved. So, well, I'm not saying that we have to work at our salvation, but I think that God's grace, He has already saved us the moment we believe in Him, but we need to cooperate with the Spirit of God so that we can actually reap the fruits of the Spirit through His grace, and by enduring and being faithful, we will be able to do that. Thanks for watching, and I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Have a blessed day. God loves you, and so do I.